going live and
What really is live anyways these days? Nobody knows. we figure out the best we can. We don't know what we're doing here.
Does anyone know what they're doing?
It is the journey.
It's the Villains Talk Show.
How did you miss that?
Hello and welcome to the Villains Talk Show and podcast. I am one of your hosts, C4. Beside me, as always, is Sara, Vike, the Insanieac, no Grease Goblin today, the elusive gentleman, but we have a special guest. Special guest located in this general direction. And it is the title of the thing. It's not the true meaning of Christmas. Why is it the true meaning of Christmas? It is...
Man, why don't you update the thing?
Chilling with Lucid Lullabeyes. Woo! I'm good. I'm a good typer. It's good. We're all good. Everything's fine. And so if you're listening at home in the podcast, we do new shows. New shows come out every Tuesday and Thursday. If you are listening live, it is Wednesday night. And it is Wednesday night at 10:30 Mountain Standard Time on Twitch. And yes, we are now live to our 3 viewers. Hello. And
Wonderful for the wheel, you know.
our only patron. Our only patron. Thank you out there. Our number one patron and all our followers.
If you want to be a supporter or a wonderful minion and show you how much you love us. And
if you want to be our lover, you got to get with our friends.
Yeah.
You make it last forever.
Patron.
Friendship never ends.
That one I can,
Spice Girls.
Friendship never ends.
I think Spice Girls might have a problem with that.
Well, we just have that last part, so that way it's not the whole song. It's just a statement.
Anyway, to start moving forward with the show, today we have a special guest. She goes. I'm going by her Instagram handle, Lucid Lullabeyes. That is Lulla for those listening on the podcast. That is Lucid spelled correctly, and then Lullabeyes spelled almost correctly, except it's B-E-Y-E-Y. God damn, you made me mess it up. B-E-Y-E-S. Trying to give her a shout out, you bastards.
Epic fail.
Yes, I am.
It's not our first time doing this.
But to give you some context,
It's been a while though.
it has been a couple weeks since we did the show.
Yeah,
It
it really has.
Holidays and all the wonderfulness. People have been busy.
Well, just to get into the swing of things, so me and Lucid Lullabeyes have known each other for 7-8 years now. We've known each other for quite a long time. Met through the most unceremonious circumstances. We both worked. She actually has a better position in her job. I was working dead at Starbucks barista. So, but I've known her for a long time.
You
And
soulless barista. I could see you giving me a coffee with no emotion.
No, it was full of emotion because he saw my fucking wallet.
so true.
Kind of emotion, perhaps.
But I've known her for a while, and as I have started progressing, and we do this podcast with my 4 other co-hosts, well, 3 other right now, the other one's off in the ether somewhere. One actually recently, because we always post, so like I'll post my stuff, and I see her post, and I'll like her posts, and like support small creators. But like we started talking recently, and we both kind of connected on the fact that neither of us do TikTok. And I tried for a little bit, but I felt my soul literally rip out. And so I deleted it instantly, like after a week.
It did not last.
But one thing is becoming a podcaster is like every time I post something on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, I get a myriad of either individuals DMing me or people putting comments on my videos saying, post it on here. Do this here. Why don't you go do this? Or why don't you on TikTok? Where's your TikTok? And
Site baiters. I hate it.
I just want to strangle myself and make it all better.
Not even. You want to backhand them.
So now there's a reason why I brought Lucid Lullabeyes on, is she has a unique view of this. In fact, one of the most unique views I cannot wait to hear from. So, why don't you tell the audience what is your craft? What is it you do on Instagram that I'm going to stop talking.
When you say craft, I'm instantly leaning towards the stained glass bullshit.
Oh, dude, you can get into that if you want. That's new, but I've seen some of the stuff you've been doing and posting. Like, if anyone looks on her Instagram, like, I'll put it down in the comics. But like, oh, it looks so good. I don't actually. You know what? I'm gonna let her talk about it. I just look at.
I mean, I do mostly pendants right now. I haven't been doing a lot lately. I just finished an art show and I've been kind of like minorly depressed. So I've been just kind of getting through the art show and just taking a break. And I finally got winter break from work. So, I make all kinds of, still new with it, but I'm pretty good at it already. So, I put like, real butterfly wings in glass, snake skin. I use like opals and shit. I've made a few small like hanging pieces and whatnot, but
that's pretty
see
awesome.
if I have anything here. Yeah, I have a bunch of shit. Struggles. I don't know if you can see this, but it's just
Unfortunately, I cannot.
Oh, okay.
It looks like a Triforce with a butterfly or something in the center.
So it's a Zelda sticker, stained glass sticker inside the glass.
That's actually sick.
Yeah, it's stained glass inside stained glass. Don't worry about it. I make all kinds of stuff, but yeah. And then I guess the other thing that John wants me to get into would be the hooping shit.
But you're good at it. Hey, I understand the sentiment, but you are good at it.
That's because I practice.
And you've been practicing ever since I met you. Like that's always been.
Yeah, I started it after I was diagnosed with MS. So, like almost 7 years now.
My God.
Bad. Fuck. I'm getting old.
You and me both. Man, that was 7 years ago. But so when you post, so you do hooping vids, and I mean, we could go into
Not very often, but I try.
But when you do, and when you do post vids like that, tell me what. So, like, I've given you a kind of a taste of the responses I get from my podcast.
Oh my God, you should go on TikTok. You'd get so many followers. You'd be so fucking popular. And my first response is, there's already a hooping bitch on there, and she's very popular. And, you know, I don't have the energy for that shit, man.
So many platforms. It's a lot.
You're telling us as we sit here with that, just stop.
I said, I have to fucking figure all this shit out to get on here. I'm
You think I'm gonna waste your time with another one? Jesus.
I'll make you feel a little better. As all my co-hosts can attest, and even like our listeners and followers, I'm not the best with technology. And so sometimes things will fuck up and I will just be like, it's working, it's fine. And there'll just be an echo for like half the podcast and I'll get comments on it. And I'll be like, honestly, my response is, I'm bad with tech, guys. I try my best.
For 20 minutes, it was only your voice.
I remember. This is why I do set. This is why I do sound checks now.
And even then, it doesn't work sometimes.
Man, even Ethan Klein has technical difficulties to this day. It's like it happens. Moving on.
Better not to pay attention to the awkward Sasquatch in the room. The corridor.
So like us, or like me, I guess, you've been posting on the Instagram. Actually, you've been doing it a lot longer than I have.
I've been on there since the get-go. I just deleted years and years and years worth of
The cringe. You took all the cringe off. See, all I did was I turned my account into the podcast account, so I left the cringe on and just said, "No, it's part of the podcast. It wasn't me."
Same, my YouTube. I
Oh
have
no,
some
now
of
I'm
my
afraid.
videos, my old Minecraft videos, where I was like probably 14, maybe 16, playing Minecraft. And I'm like, hey guys, we're gonna go kill some creepers. Things like, oh my goodness, it's just.
It also looked exponentially different a few years back, so I just wanted to kind of get rid of that shit, most of it.
By the way, congratulations. You worked really hard.
Dude, I'm actually getting fat again. Like, I've been eating so bad.
Now, are you sure you're getting fat,
Fucking...
or it's just muscle?
Dude, no, it's in my stomach. My stomach's like not been great lately. COVID's been...
Well, having
Life's been kicking my ass. So
having a bit more weight is
getting
a sign of survival, and I wouldn't say
survival mode's very accurate right
Yeah.
now.
I'll show you 2 modes of survival. Look at those. I could feed like 3 calves with those.
where C4 ends up bending over or moving around, we get to see that rumpus bowl of jelly every once in a while. Don't shoot it at that.
Life, man.
Man, COVID's kicked everyone's ass in that way, though. Like even I tried to watch my weight, and like it was bad because I was doing lots of coke before COVID, so I was like, my weight was prime. It was prime going into COVID. And then all of a sudden, COVID happened. And then I'm like, you know what? All my stuff in my mind happened. I'm like, okay, I'm going to quit cocaine. And my body was fine for like 2 months. I was like, okay, I can ride this. It's fine. And then like 3 months later, I put on pants with a belt and I'm like 4 sizes bigger. And I'm like, fucking damn it.
It hurts. It really fucking hurts.
I think all my pants are like a series of different sizes of just where I fluctuate between body shapes. Where I'm like, sometimes I take care of myself, and then other times I don't. I have pants like 4 sizes larger than I normally wear.
Motherfucking leggings.
Yeah.
I can imagine. I imagine those are really tough because they stretch to fit. And then how do you stretch something that might not fit?
When I wash them, they shrink right back, dude. It's actually quite incredible.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know, as long as we all agree that, as long as we're not the people that are gross, too big for the leggings that they're wearing, and it's doesn't matter how hard they try, it is nothing but a squeezed sausage being pushed through soft fabric. That's all we see.
A really weird shape the underwear that they're wearing. Or it's at the train station. It's like the weirdest strange.
I just see you sitting there, just eating like a burger at Walmart from McDonald's and looking up and just being like, putting down the burger.
I can't eat here now. My meal is entirely ruined if it wasn't already. And I'm sitting in a Walmart.
But I mean, it's going to be like, by the time all this is over, everyone's going to walk out of COVID like at least 40 pounds heavier.
It's going to be like Wally.
Oh.
Except...
where all the fat people get off the arc.
Who's not? You said no?
Me.
Oh, you're gonna
Fucking going back. I ain't fucking going back. I have access to a gym for free. I need to get back in there as soon as
That
fucking
is fair.
as soon as New Year's is over. Let's be honest, because I already have plans, and they involve food. So whatever.
Totally could risk for that too, yeah.
Can and then work it all out after.
So what you're saying is we should just show up to your backyard for like impromptu workout yoga sessions in the snow.
Oh, fuck that
awful.
shit. I'm weak.
Hilarious.
Ever since I lost the weight, I am so weak when it comes to cold. It is so retarded.
Yeah.
I fucking hear that. Like, I used to be like completely fine with the cold in all matters, but now like ever since I lost
You
all,
little bitch.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and all that body warmth is gone.
I have like 6 blankets just in the fucking living room.
Oh, dude. Oh, I hear you. I had to get. I sleep with my -30 sleeping bag now because it's like I'm just. I shiver and quake.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty
I got the soft, fleecy, queen size blanket, and then I got a fucking thick ass duvet.
So to roll it back a little here. So what? So I remember when I first met you. Like you had. I think no. If I remember correctly, when I met you, you had just started building the wiring for your paper mache lamp, the octopus lamp.
Shit, really?
Yeah, because I remember you putting that together and painting it. So you've always,
started the beam before we before we bought the house, eh?
yeah. So like you've always been artsy. Um, I basically pushed everyone to do this and said, let's start putting it on podcasts because I mean, we had nothing better to do and we'd sit and talk around for hours anyway. And I was like, fuck, maybe someone out there wants to listen. And know what? People did. Which, by the way, everyone out there listening, we appreciate you so much. We don't know how you put up with our shit, but people listen. So, like, what originally pushed you out? Because, I mean, not to be mean, but your other half isn't the most outgoing. I'm being nice, okay? So what got you to start posting it online and start at least sharing? Because I know you didn't really, not even your hoop videos, just art in general. Because you're an all around artist. I've been in your house many times. I've seen the way you've decorated. It's pretty impressive. I saw the thing you did over the summer where you built like this like whole little outside tent city that I really wanted to go to, but I was so busy all summer. But yeah,
that's fair.
you've always been a very artsy, but a lot of people keep that to themselves. And so what kind of did you just want to? Did you like what puts you
So I started gaining weight like mad, probably went around 10. So I was like ripped apart viciously by the kids. Teachers didn't care for me either because I wasn't really listening in school because I was always drawing and my parents were fighting all the time. So drawing was like literally all I had. Didn't really have a lot of friends. And like I just sit in class and draw, and people's like, "Oh, you're so good." And I have some of those sketchbooks, and I go, "Oh, fuck no, this is garbage." But
Yeah, I understand that. I looked
But,
through a sketchbook from
yeah.
junior high yesterday and cried.
Oh yeah, no, it's a process. But that being said, I see some people older than me trying to draw, and they're drawing like kind of like how I drew then. So I'm like, okay, I'm not. They weren't that bad. Give yourself some credit. But I don't know. I've always been drawing and artsy, and like I said, it was one of the only things I had to give myself some sort of like points in anybody's book.
Hmm.
Comedy came later.
I was gonna say, because you nail the comedy. That's what first drew me to you, was this lady with dreads who was fucking hilarious. When I'd stand out with my smoke break and tell me how shit her life was, like, yes, I feel that.
Yeah, no, so girls were very savage to me growing up because I was fat, and now that body positivity is in, it's like, well, fuck that, 'cause it's my turn. Just kidding. But it was really hard growing up as the fat kid, and women were like, fuck, they were savage, like so mean.
Yeah.
So
Girls can
my
be more
only
hurtful with words, or guys are usually more hurtful with their hands. Sometimes.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. But
Those gossip circles, right?
Yeah. So basically, I was like, well, started figuring out how to be funny, and guys were like, you can hang out with us. So then I just kind of started working on that. Once my dad kicked me out, like, I was born and raised Jehovah's Witness. So once he kicked me out, there's a lot of learning and growth to do just on that, because that cult does kind of like, it holds you back from learning who you are as an individual, for one. So George Carlin was one of my first influences, and holy fuck, do I love him. I have everything on DVD.
He's so funny.
One of the legends. Chappelle's getting up to his level in my eyes lately. Holy fuck. It's actually, I'm going to break off on a side point though. Really, really hate the fact that almost every stand-up special I'm seeing lately, all the new ones, every fucking comedian has to justify and explain to them that they are indeed joking, even though that is their fucking profession. I do not understand this.
It's because it's become such a
hallelujah.
It just gives that outlook where people can sit there and cry, like it makes a difference, and you have to. You can't tangibly ignore one comment. It's one thing if you get a letter and you can just throw it out, but you look on your social media and you get like 1, 2, 3, and you're looking for good ones, but you're constantly just getting the shit, right?
Did you see the new South Park by any chance? The newest.
At the end where he's homeless,
Yeah. No, so Jimmy's comedy. That's all I keep thinking of. That's where comedy is going.
Okay, it is literally our last stance on freedom of speech.
It is, but it's not going. Look at what happened to Russell Peters. He doesn't even do stand-up anymore. They quieted Russell Peters.
Unacceptable.
That just doesn't care, right? Just do you.
Oh man, please God, leave Trey Parker and Matt Stone alone, please.
Because he described his experience with a friend who was transgender, and because of that, he got blasted. Just because he related to that.
You gotta piss. I will be right back.
Yeah, you go for it. We'll turn on the break music.
And because of that, like, hold on, it was crazy. Like
I really want to hear the break music.
I didn't know we had break music. This is
beep, beep, beep.
This is the first time.
This is break music. Yeah.
I'm liking just realizing all
No, there is not.
There is no, because it'll all be copyrighted.
There are other music we could have found for that.
There are other musics. It is a plural.
Music.
There are other musicals. Hello again.
There are other musicals. Yes, that's true.
Speaking of musicals. Dead silence.
I was waiting for the end of that. You had us all with bated breath.
There's I guess it's a musical too. There's like a little documentary on Jonathan Larson. He's the creator of the musical Rent. They did a musical documentary of him. It's on Netflix called Tick Tick Boom. And
so good.
Spider-Man number 3 plays him. He does a really good job. I didn't know he could sing.
It's so good.
Field, if there's any blank faces, but yeah, no, it's so fucking good.
It's so good.
I've loved Rent for years. Well, when I first got the DVD, I watched it like every day after school for like 2 months. So when I saw this on there, as soon as I saw Jonathan Larson, I was like on that shit. It's really good.
Do you say you've watched Rent 29,400 minutes? Or is it 29,640 times?
A quick note for anyone who doesn't know anything about Jonathan Larson or Rent. Rent's a great musical. I fucking love it. It was ahead of its time. And Jonathan Larson, the night before the big Broadway opening, the first showing of this thing, he dropped dead. Found him in his apartment.
Wow.
It looked like he was making a cup of tea, so he never even got to see the final production.
I hope
And they went on with the show. Be crazy.
I like that.
Well, imagine like the same with Heath Ledger, right? He never actually got to see the movie. Yeah. He never even got to see the edited version. He died before he even got to see what he actually put to film. So, yeah, not many people think about that. Like that same with the Bruce Lee's son, who played the Crow.
Jason. Yeah,
Jason Lee. Great movie, but he never got to see how the movie came out because he got shot in the middle of the movie. It's crazy, man. But then you think about like poor like Biggie Smalls, and if he came back today and listened to all the remixes and new songs that they just made by taking words from other songs and making completely new songs, like, can you imagine him just like I think
those fucking musicians who've passed, like from the 60s, 70s, 80s, like, and all of them were gone. If they came back now and heard what music is today, like, step into Shambhala and just be like, what the fuck?
You know, I
feel like they start a new jam festival.
I disagree.
Featuring a bunch of new songs.
I think it depends who you bring. Because, like, I would argue, like, if you brought back an actual classical music composer, Tchaikovsky, Beethoven, like, someone who truly, like, listens to music and have them listen to modern music, it doesn't matter what it is. I think at first they would be in shock at the level of quality, just because of how produced it is. But I think what you would hear is, like, because there's a lot of people. One of the unsung heroes in the music industry is producers, right? The people who spend so much time actually and make or writing the songs or deciding which musical instrument's going to go with this rap, because a rapper comes up with the lyric. It's up to the producer to figure out what beat works and what works with it. And so I think that would be really interesting to have a composer from like a really old classical music composer actually meet a producer and see how they work. And that's why I've always really loved like big musical scores from movies. Like, if you guys have seen No Way Home, great musical score. And it's one of those things that it like modern composers today are spent more in the producing, where they basically decide what goes with it and then putting it out to the world than actually making their music, which is interesting to me. But at the same time,
I find it kind of odd too, because like I'm not too big of in the way of a musician, but when I did learn music, it was from cheap music. It wasn't like I wasn't concerned about not exactly like the lyrics of everything for it. It was more the actual rhythm and the beat and the sound and vibration of the music itself. What instrument that?
But that's hieroglyphs to a lot of people. A lot of people look at sheet music, and if they have no idea, it's just hieroglyphs.
Yeah, well, yeah, it requires reading and studying and actually being able to know how to interpret the bar graph, right?
And you listen to a lot of, I mean, you go to Sham, but you yeah, seriously, the last couple of years, right? That sucks.
It hurts.
Dude, I haven't gone in a while, but I feel that pain. Like, that just hurts.
I was an annual bitch.
Oh, I know. It's that's a lot of fun.
And
I remember
they tore
some of your
down the
stories.
biggest stage for to rebuild for 2020, and it didn't happen. I'm so mad.
Oh, man.
So, for everyone out there in the audioverse that is listening to us, there's a festival near us called Shambhala. Don't go because it's already packed enough. But please, there's other
Go to your own local
venues. There's other venues like Wicked Woods you could go to. You could go to Pemberton Fest. Please. But at the same time, it's a great dubstep festival. it's bad enough, man.
You got the right vibe, totally go, but I'm really tired of seeing all these bros just broing it up, fucking grabbing women, and just fuck off.
Oh, sup, bro? You don't want to crush a couple cores, bro? You don't want to come back to the tent and crush a couple cans, bro? Oh, brah.
Dude.
Oh, brah. I got a 40 of vodka, brah, and I got some mix, brah. But we'll crush a couple of these cans, brah. We'll go back and we'll rave. We'll pick up some babes, brah. Bring them back to the tent, brah. That bring you some bad flashbacks? Is that some nightmare moments?
Not
That
like
response,
you're not
my
my
response right now is that
experiences.
response. Just like,
Yeah, no, like it's not. They're not my experiences because I don't like hang out with people like that, and like I have decent people,
oh,
but like
crap.
I see it,
They're decent
and
people.
like every time after the festival, like I'm on the group page, so you just read a lot of bullshit.
Probably.
But
Some people are shady, but that's anywhere, right?